In the first half of the 1980s, several giant multi-axle chassis were created at the Minsk automobile plant in the strictest secrecy. They were intended for strategic missile systems of especially high power. At the turn of the 1980s, the STI program announced by Ronald Reagan, also known as the Star Wars program, was launched in the United States, which, as it turned out to be disinformation. In response, the Soviet Union, instead of stationary strategic missile systems, decided to create mobile ones that, on combat alert, would instantly leave their base, thus escaping from a nuclear strike. The chassis for them was instructed to develop SKB-1, a special design bureau of the Minsk automobile plant, MAZ, led by the famous creator of heavy off-road trucks P.L. Shaposhnik. By that time, Shaposhnik had already designed several heavy multi-axle vehicles, including a powerful 8x8 tractor for transporting tanks and mine missiles MAZ 537, and chassis for transportation and launch of MAZ 543 mobile missiles. This sub was called Hurricane. It is still used for the installation of various types of weapons. MAZ 543 was successfully used as a chassis for Tempest and Elbrus tactical missile systems. It was this truck that was decided to be taken as a prototype for the future 12-wheeled giant chassis with its own weight of 140 tons and a load capacity of 200 tons. The program for the creation of this superchassis was called Selena. It started in 1979, and in June 1983 the huge MAZ 7904 truck was put to the test. Shaposhnik insisted on the classic hydromechanical transmission and steering scheme due to its simplicity in development and production. MAZ 7904 was equipped with a 1500 HP marine diesel engine, and two parallel-mounted hydromechanical gearboxes. The chassis suspension was made completely independent. Not only the four front wheels were steerable, but also the four rear wheels. MAZ 7904 tires were purchased in Japan under the pretext of installation on a new mining dump truck Belaz. With a width of exactly 1 meter, their diameter exceeded 3 meters. In order to transport the MAZ 7904 to the area of the Baikonur Cosmodrome for testing, it was necessary to design a special train from several original cars. In the Baikonur region, a rocket carrier vehicle was tested off-road for a long time with a load simulator installed on the frame. Then they said that he once landed in a swamp and got stuck there, and he got stuck so hard that for a long time they could not pull him out with any tractors. As conceived by the developers, the MAZ 7904 was supposed to carry a container with a ballistic nuclear missile and, on command, unload it into the field. To do this, in the vicinity of the base sites, it was necessary to build a lot of unloading mechanisms that would allow the container with the missile to be unloaded. When the military calculated how much money would be required for such a construction, they were unpleasantly surprised. Not surprisingly, the project was considered too costly and did not provide sufficient secrecy of movement. Therefore, for further development, they chose a different scheme of the car, which allows you to launch a rocket directly from it, and MAZ 7904 was not in demand. Under the new nuclear missile in Minsk began to create a new giant multi-axle vehicle. I will talk about it in the next video.